Guys, it's me, it's the Boomer Ranter. We're ranting from Vegas. Listen, what is going on with people getting on airplanes and wanting to get out when the plane is already at max altitude? They're 20, 30,000 feet in the air, and these assholes want to get out of the plane? What the fuck's the matter with people? Now, I mentioned in the short for this that people have lost their mind, and part of that is true. People have lost their mind, and part of this has to do with that. They don't have it up here. Something's wrong with them up here. They need to open that door and get the fuck out at 30,000 feet without a parachute. I'm not sure what that's about. However, the majority of these stories that we hear, which we just heard another one over the weekend, and it was brought to my attention by a friend of mine who happened to be on that flight. Guy gets up from his seat, walks up to the flight attendant, starts chatting her up, but he seems to be a little bit animated. He's worked up. He then goes into a little bit of a tirade about how he needs to get off the plane. She's trying to explain to him, sir, we're 22,000 feet in the air. This is not a good time to open that door. I need you to go back and sit down. He assaults the flight attendant, tries to make a beeline for the door. Other flight attendants and passengers subdue this motherfucker and duct tape him, by the way, to his seat. I'm not sure where the duct tape came from. My buddy doesn't know. All right. Now, this guy was hammered. Of course he was, because this is what happens. You're asked to get to the airport several hours before your trip. You get to the airport. Dumbass decides he's going to go in the bar at the airport and start throwing them back. I ain't got nowhere to be. I had to throw them back. So he throws back 10 fucking drinks, however many drinks. I don't know what his drink count was. That was not part of the story, and I don't actually know. I'm just using it as an example. So they get on the plane, they throw back 10 drinks, they get on the plane, and once everybody gets situated, what happens? The flight attendants come around for what? Beverage service. What are they serving? More alcohol. So they get them nice and toasty, Mr. Bob and Ms. Janet. Okay, in this case, names I made up. And if you're a Bob or a Janet and you don't do this, this is not for you. Okay, all right. There's the caveat. All right, but they get hammered, and then they want to get up, and they either want to fight the flight attendant, they want to fight with another passenger, or they're trying to open the door at 30,000 feet. They, of course, are subdued, arrested, whatever. So far, this hasn't happened yet where someone's actually been able to open the door. Now, eventually that's going to happen. Between me and you, eventually that's going to happen depending on where the person's sitting in the airplane, all those things. Someone's going to be able to get to that door. Okay? The airlines don't see anything wrong with letting people fly hammered out of their minds. They are so drunk they can barely stand or walk, and they let them on an airplane and then serve them more alcohol. There is no accountability for the airlines whatsoever in these instances. Now, with that being said, the people involved are all adults because they can drink alcohol. They're all over 21, right? At least they should be. So, is it their responsibility to not get so drunk they don't know what the fuck they're doing? Absolutely it is. Yes, it is. 100%. Yes, they should all be charged 100%. However, I think that the airports and airlines should also start being investigated and fined for these instances where the people are so goddamn hammered they can't see straight, and they let them on a plane and they start some shit on the plane. What do you guys think? I know the next time I fly, I'm going to be watching for the most drunk people so I can keep an eye on them the entire flight to make sure they don't do no stupid shit. Guys, this pisses me off. Let me know what you think in the comments, but it pisses me off, guys, and I gotta go.